watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm Annalisa Gale. Let's take a live look outside on this Friday Eve. This is the National Mall. It is dry and
it's cold.
A little bit of sun, though.
Yeah, well, the sun kind of helped out.
Yes, it definitely helped out for sure.
Let's head over to meteorologist Damon Madsen with the first look at our forecast. And Damon, we're, I guess, looking ahead, we expect a little bit of a warm up.
Yeah, eventually, and that sunshine, like you said, Mark, it was our only saving grace out there today on an otherwise cold one across the DMV. Yes, we kicked out the snow, but we did have the return of these gusty winds. Check it out. We are seeing gusts at this hour approaching 40 miles per hour again in the district. We also have that out toward Winchester, Kaiser. On average, we're going to now see these wind gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour the rest of the day and through much of the night tonight. And with already cold temperatures in place and those temperatures expected to fall even more during the overnight hours, these wind chills are something we're going to have to deal with. It feels like 17 right now in DC, just 9 out toward Winchester, a little bit better, but not by much as you go south of DC in southern Maryland and parts of Virginia. So yeah, expect more of this cold and expect more of those winds howling around out there. Outside of that, we'll see the clouds that have been with us at times start to clear out as we are looking at a much clearer end to the week and start to the weekend. Now, with that being the case, is that when temperatures will start to rise and will kick out this cold air? We'll have that answer for you coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. Passing along an update, a bomb threat at the Kennedy Center has been cleared. That threat earlier today led to evacuations and road closures for several hours. According to the Kennedy Center spokesperson, the threat targeted upcoming performances of the dance troupe Shin Yun. According to the event's website, the performances start tonight and run through March 2nd. Well, Mayor Muriel Bowser is responding after President Trump expressed interest in taking over the district.
Yeah, that statement came as the president was boarding Air Force One last night.
DC News Now's Marielle Carbone joins us live downtown with the mayor's response. And Marielle, what's she saying tonight?
Well, the mayor has been pretty tight-lipped when it comes to responding to the president's comments about D.C., but this time she says the criticism is frustrating and, quite frankly, wrong.
I think that we should govern District of Columbia.
While boarding Air Force One, President Donald Trump reaffirming a desire to take over D.C.
Run it strong, run it with law and order, make it absolutely flawlessly beautiful.
Of course it's frustrating, and we think it's also wrong.
Thursday, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser firing back, saying governance should stay where it is.
It really doesn't make sense for small government people to want to make the federal government become the local government.
The Home Rule Act was passed in 1973, giving D.C. residents the autonomy to elect a mayor and council. The Congress still has veto power over legislation. But because Home Rule is an act of Congress, Congress could also repeal it.
Repealing the Home Rule Act of 1973 could be done by simple majority.
Robinson Woodward Burns is a political science professor at Howard University and says while a vote sounds simple, the aftermath wouldn't be.
The difficulty would actually be governing D.C. afterwards.
Before Home Rule, D.C. was run by unelected officials appointed by the president.
The Congress simply wasn't very good at attending to a major city on its own.
We are a well-run city. We balance our budgets. We have AAA bond rating.
Regardless of what happens, Bowser says the threat will never go away until statehood is achieved.
As long as we have limited home rule, we're always vulnerable to the whims of the Congress or a president.
So what can people do? Well, Woodward Burns says that people, local residents here, can rely on activism and civic associations if they want to see home rule stay in place here. He says also if you're a transplant to D.C., you can contact your local Congress people from the state you moved here from, reach out to them and advocate there as well. Reporting live downtown, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Marielle, thank you. And the Metropolitan Police Department released a statement earlier today on public safety in the district.
Yeah, MPD says the city saw a historic 35% drop in violent crime in 2024. Overall crime was the lowest in more than 2 decades. MPD crediting more than data-driven policing, strategic initiatives, and critical investments in technology. The police department also crediting Mayor Bowser for crime reduction, citing her, quote, tremendous support and commitment to public safety.
President Trump announcing new appointments to the Bipartisan Council of Governors. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin and North Carolina Governor Josh Stein will serve as co-chairs. Maryland Governor Wes Moore and 7 other governors will be board members. The council is in charge of strengthening state and federal partnerships. They focus on issues such as national security, disaster response, and military coordination.
And an update, President Trump's efforts to shrink the federal government now. The IRS plans to lay off roughly 7,000 of their 100,000 workers beginning today. The layoffs affect probationary employees who have been in their positions a year or less. According to the Associated Press, the layoffs mainly targeting compliance departments. Those workers are responsible for making sure taxpayers file and pay their taxes correctly.
Meanwhile, the Department of Homeland Security says it's fired roughly 400 probationary employees, and they're pledging to remove more. Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, saw the biggest cuts. 200 employees in the department were fired. Other cuts were to cybersecurity, employees, and U.S. citizenship and immigration services.
You can also find more in-depth coverage on the federal government shakeups right now on our website, dcnewsnow.com. Also new at 4, an update this afternoon on a deadly fire at a row home in the district back in August of 2019. 67-year-old James Walker was found guilty today in D.C. Superior Court on 2 counts of second-degree murder and 27 criminal building code violations. He was the owner of the building in the 700 block of Kennedy Street Northwest, which went up in flames in August of 2019, killing tenants 40-year-old Fitsum Kabid and 10-year-old Yafet Solomon. The 2 were in the basement at the time of the fire and unable to exit. Police say Walker received warnings before that fire, warning that the building was in violation of several building codes, making it dangerous, and he failed to make the corrections when asked to. One of those violations was a double-keyed security gate near a kitchen.
All new at 4, a gun is out of the hands of a Virginia teenager. It's all thanks to the quick work of police in Fairfax County this morning. A school resource officer at Thomas Edison High School in Alexandria received the report of a gun at the school. The SRO called in other police officers who located a 16-year-old student with a firearm. No one was injured, and the student was arrested. Police say the investigation continues.
In Maryland, Prince George's County Police are looking for leads this afternoon following a deadly shooting last night in Temple Hills. The victim is 67-year-old Antonio Dillard of Woodbridge, Virginia. Police say Dillard was shot inside an apartment on Keating Street near Iverson Mall. He was pronounced dead at a nearby hospital. So far, no arrests have been made.
The latest on the winter storm that brought heavy snow to parts of Virginia. You're looking at the snowfall from yesterday in Virginia Beach. Parts of that area saw more than 14 inches of snow across the Commonwealth. State police responded to more than 550 weather-related crashes.
Yeah, people were saying it's nice to look at, but yeah, they were definitely feeling it there. It's that time of year again. Crews have found potholes this time all across the DMV following the cold temperatures we've been seeing, which usually causes some of the concrete there to crumble.
It's a big problem this time of the year, Annalisa. And DC News Now's Randy Bass joins us along Connecticut Avenue in Northwest DC with how crews are working to fix the problems. Randy.
Yes, we were out and about on pothole patrol across the DMV today. We came across a few trouble spots like this one, causing major problems for commuters right here along Connecticut Avenue. It's a sign of the season. With freezing temperatures plus a few snowstorms back to back, it's a perfect recipe for potholes. Connecticut Avenue Northwest is a major city route, and drivers we talked to say they've run into quite a bit of trouble.
With the bad winter, the roads are in rough shape. There are definitely a lot more potholes than prior winters. Parts of Mass Ave, you have to kind of dodge a few there, here and there.
Not far away in Maryland, we spotted these trouble spots near East West Highway in Chevy Chase. Officials we talked to with MDOT say, don't be surprised if you start seeing even more potholes and even more crews out working on major roads.
As we progress through the end of February into March, when we start getting the temperature swings, the freeze-thaw cycle, that's when we start to see potholes really pop up.
Crews can make temporary fixes while it's still really cold, followed by permanent fixes when it warms up.
It may take a day or two, but we do try our best to get out there within 24 hours.
Now, if you see a pothole like this big one on Connecticut Avenue, you are asked to report it. Both Maryland and D.C. want you to report it right away so that way they can come and fix it right away. If you do run into some of those crews while you're out and about driving, they ask you to make sure you are giving them plenty of room to work safely. In Northwest, I'm Randy Bass, D.C. News Now.